Hello everyone, I'm Gautam Surya Elkonda and here is my partner Nitish.
Hello everyone, my name is Nitish.
Today we are going to demonstrate our final project from CSC 564 visualization course. In this project, we have used US universities as the dataset. We all know that United States is a center of excellence with great research opportunities and it's a hub for education. A lot of people do enough research for studies planning about various aspects of the universities like cost of education, admission acceptance range, diversity in the university, type of the university, state in which the university is lying, etc. Personally, being an international student here, I have done enough of these things while planning my higher studies. Given a considerably large number of universities in the United States, I felt like having some visual form of this data would be really helpful. Moreover, the attributes which I have described earlier, are mostly of numerical and require some visualization for better understanding. The main problems associated with this decision making would be like average total cost of education, geographical location of the university, percentage of admits issued from among the applications, degree of urbanization, etc. So I got intrigued by all these things and chose this dataset to work on. The dataset I chose is from Kaggle website. It contains around 15-17 universities to be precise in the form of 108 attributes. I have done all the pre-processing required and the count reduced down to 1326 rows, that is 1326 universities. Out of all the attributes present in the dataset, I have considered only the important ones. The key visualizations I have used in this project is one is choropleth and the other is PCP. Also, I have used scatterplot, sunburst, line plot, etc. For getting better insight. So this is my poster. Let me start my demo. So this is my one-page dashboard where I have all the things fitted onto a single screen. So this is the choropleth. So it has all the states with the coloring as university count present in that state. So the coloring is based upon the number of universities present in the state. The dense color implies larger number of universities. So here, as you can observe, New York, Pennsylvania, and California has much more number of universities when compared to others. And this is somewhere related to the maybe job opportunities. Like California has Bay Area, New York has financial capital, and also might be because of urbanization. Like this is one of our insight. And when you hover here, you actually get the state name and university count. You can actually, on clicking a particular state, you can actually select the state, and on clicking on the bar here, you can actually deselect the state. So then we have a scatter plot where it's showing the bivariate relationship between enrolled percentage and tuition fees. Enrolled percentage is total number of students who get enrolled among the total number of admits. And then we have a sunburst, which gives us the relationship between admission percentage and Carnegie classification of the university. Admission percentage has four categories. One is 0 to 25, the other is 26 to 50, 51 to 75, and 76 to 100. Whereas Carnegie classification has eight types of universities. The major ones among them are bachelorate, masters, research, etc. So then I have a PCP over here. I have some numerical data projected here, and I have a stacked bar. So all these categories are interlinked. When I click a state, all the data points in all the other graphs change dynamically. So let me start with the scatter plot. Uh, as you can see from this scatter plot, higher tuition fees say have very less enroll percentage when compared to that of lower tuition fees, but there are some exceptions here, some outliers maybe. So you can actually drag a particular region to select all the universities in that particular region. This concept is called brushing, as we know. So I can use brushing to shortlist that universities. So this change will get reflected in Sunburst, PCP, and numericals as well. So as you can see, these 15 universities, I have selected 15 here. These 15 universities, most of them fall under 0 to 25 admission percentage category. Moreover, in this category, 86% of them fall under 0 to 25 admission percentage category, out of which 84% of these universities are research based universities. That means we can understand that even if the tuition fee is higher, the enroll percentage is higher because of the type research university. So research universities is a much important thing here, and this is one main important insight we have found out. Similarly, uh, you can actually move the selected region and all the other plots will get changed dynamically on the screen. You can move it, you can deselect it, you can select it again, you can do anything you want on the scatter plot. So this is how you can change. Moreover, you can observe 4 colors on the scatter plot. Those 4 colors indicate 4 clusters. I have done clustering on the whole numerical data set. 4 clusters include I have used the k-means clustering for this, and I have used the elbow method for finding the optimal number of clusters. And I have used the same colors on the PCP as well to show the clusters. Coming to PCP, I have used the brushing concepts on the PCP, as well as axis reordering is also possible. And there are foreground and background. Once you use brushing, only the brushed values or lines will be in the foreground, and all the rest of the lines will move back to the background. So let me show you some brushing concept here. So when I select here a little region of enroll total, as you can observe, this part of enroll total, higher values of enroll total are mapped to lower values of tuition fee. This is one more important insight which we have found out. Whenever the tuition fee is lower, the total number of enrolled students is much higher in those universities. Here, each line represents a university. I have used 6 numerical variables and 1 categorical variable on the PCP. From now on, my teammate Nitish will carry on.
Yeah, thank you, Gautam. I will continue from now. Now I will actually show you a different type of interaction that can be possible with these. Now let's select a state. Let's select Texas state, for example. I deselected everything, and I have removed the brushing region, and I've selected Texas state. Now, if you selected Texas state, then I'll get all the components are dynamically rendered and dynamically updated by selecting the state. As you can see, Sunburst, PCP, and Scatterplot, and all these data are getting updated dynamically for every state. And suppose if I select Texas again, now if I want to select only few universities from Texas, I can actually even brush on the apply brushing on the particular region in the scatter plot. So as you can see, now I have performed second level brushing, and even after that, all the components are getting updated dynamically. As you can see, if I'm scrolling through the brushing region, if I'm changing the brushing region, every component is dynamically getting updated. So as you can see, basically, so we have performed multi-level brushing here. And suppose if you want to select a particular, if you want to see a particular university of interest, I can actually go to that PCP graph, and I can hover, I can brush the respective region. Then I will select, then I can actually, I will get particular lines. Here each line represents a university, and I can hover on the line so that I'll get the university name. So here I want to see the Texas A&M College State University, and as you can see, for Texas A&M University, the tuition fees is very low, and obviously the enrollment total is very high. So I can get a particular insight from this university. So similarly, I can also view the universities from the like on hovering the scattered entries. As you can see, if I hover on any particular entry, I will also get the university name from it. And apart from it, we can also if I actually deselect all the map, everything else, I will actually I'm actually even showing the geographical location versus urbanization graph. Here you can actually see basically the US map is that like splitted into different domains like Southeast region and Middle East region. etc., etc. Suppose for Southeast region, maximum number of universities are present in the like cities. So different users, different people can actually get insights saying that, okay, I want to go to colleges which are located in a city, so I can pick Southeast region universities. So people can get insights from that. Similarly,
moreover, some people can prefer a particular region, like Asian people can region select a Middle East region because it has similar weather conditions. In that way, this insight might be really useful.
Yeah, continuing on this, if I select again a particular state, then I can also get the race distribution in the state. So suppose me particular being an Indian, I want to go to a region where where there are a lot of Indian people and there's this lot of culture, Indian culture. So I can see that there's a lot of Asian culture in California. So this helps me in picking a particular set of universities from it. Whereas in Texas, there's a lot of white people like there. So yeah, basically that's just the diversity information there. And finally, we have even the overall view statistics, like applications per year or admissions per year, enrollments per year, and graduation number of graduates. This information is basically useful while we are actually, if a user wants to see the overall information as such that based on if a university has lot of admissions rolling out, then I don't some people might not prefer going to that universities because obviously there's a lot of intake, so they don't want to prefer. But some people might prefer because it might be even the famous universities. So yeah, this also basically helps us to decide. Yeah, users can basically decide based on this information. Finally, to conclude, based on this dashboard, at least users can actually like interact with these features, and they can actually decide on a particular university based on certain factors. So it will really help them to particularly filter particular universities, and it will make their search process very easier.
I hope this video is very clear, and thank you.
Thank you everyone for watching this, and hope you like it.